strikes me as the sort of guy who'd like torture.
Oh, I'm to try it.
Who'd like to taunt them.
Torture? I'll show you torture.
Yeah.
Pass me those bagpipes.
Give me another refreshing round of waterboarding. Good, I needed a drink.
Take another tooth. Why don't you?
Yeah, right.
That's another Bloomin Legend moment.
No, that-
Obviously.
Gav, there hasn't been a break in them.
There hasn't.
We're not all like you. We don't all want to just give our lives for Britain with swords.
What's wrong with a ukulele?
One word, Gav. Thunk. Welcome to podcast 31 of Bloomin Legends. I'm Johnny Vaughan. That's Gavin, the Woodman Woods. He's your Woodman.
I am. I'm your Woodman.
You Woodman. You got your Woodman. You got your Vaughany. How are you, Woodman? You all right?
I'm really good, yeah.
So, episode 31. So far, each week I've tried to talk a lot at the start here.
Yes.
And just sort of really make it kind of top heavy.
Uh-huh.
So we're a good 5 or 10 minutes in before we actually get any content. This takes a bit of pressure off.
Sure, of course.
Keeps the intro kind of chummy. But 31 doesn't really leave us anywhere to go. It's not...
No, not really. There's nothing opening itself up for a nice, chunky intro, is there? And we won't need it anyway because this guy is amazing.
Okay. This guy is going to be amazing. How amazing are you guys? If you have a story of your own Bloomin Legendariness, please do submit it to bloominlegends@global.com. That's bloominlegends@global.com, and we'll read them out and pay you full tribute at the end of the podcast where we do that. So do stay till the end. Don't think when the story's over, that's it. Get off the bike or
No.
Stick
around for the pudding.
Stick around for the pudding. Well, it's more cheese.
It's cheese board. It's a
coffee.
It's a savoury.
Coffee.
A coffee
because
and
I'd say when we sum it up at the end, it's the cheese.
Sure. And the coffee gives you that little lift. That's what it is. Yes.
This bit's the hors d'oeuvre. You didn't order this.
No, this is the amuse-bouche.
Yes, when it just arrives.
Yes.
And it's like little things.
And it's like, oh, that's nice.
And you go, what is this? And they go, and they tell you something that you never remember.
At all.
Except on the way home when you turn to your partner and you go, oh, those things at the start.
There was like a cappuccino of beans.
It's like a sort of thing.
Of something.
Right. So that's very much this bit.
Yeah.
I'd say when you start to unveil it, that's our starter.
Of course.
Then we're really in.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But at the moment, you haven't ordered this. bloominlegends@global.com. Please nominate yourself for Bloomin Legendariness. Last week on the podcast, we had someone nominate their daughter, who it turns out is not a grass. But it was as near as we've got to being a Bloomin Legend.
Unbelievably legendary.
It might be an uncle, a grandparent, a great uncle, a granny, someone who did something during the war, someone who didn't do something during the war but claimed they did. We've had liars on this. So do nominate yourself. It might be something extraordinary you did on a stag night. We had one chap who was on holiday in South America who saw off a jaguar with his missus. Stuff like that. Keep coming in, like I say, bloominlegends@global.com, or you can comment below if you're watching us on our YouTube channel. Right, Gav, let's get started without any more lipstick round the nipple.
Absolutely, Johnny. So episode 31 this is, and our subject today is Mad Jack Churchill, the sword-swinging legend of World War II.
Mad Jack
Churchill.
Okay, is he a Churchill?
No. Not related to Winston at all.
Okay.
Although that does come into the story because the Nazis thought he was.
Okay.
And it affects his life story, but we'll see.
I know one of the Churchills.
Yes.
Eddie.
Uh-huh.
And when I first met Eddie.
Uh-huh. Eddie Churchill.
Eddie Spencer Churchill.
Right,
I hope he might even listen to this.
Yeah, go on.
He'll certainly hear about it. But I first met him on a beach in Ibiza.
Uh-huh.
And he introduced himself to me.
Did he?
And I went, hi, it's Johnny. He goes, yeah, I know Johnny.
Yeah.
He goes, Eddie, Spencer Churchill.
He gave you the double barrel.
Yes.
He gave you both barrels.
So I said to him, yes, he gave me both barrels. So I said to him, are you the Churchills or the other one? And he goes, no, we are the Churchills. I went, the insurance people.
Did he laugh?
No. Then he went, oh no, in that case we're the other ones. I went, the stairlifts. Well, beautiful. And then I think he knew I was as they say, fucking around.
Yes.
But anyway, he's a good lad, incidentally.
I'm sure he was.
He's a thoroughly good chap.
I'm sure he was.
So, and he took it in very good. He took it in
good humour.
Very good humour.
Good. Well, our subject, Jack Churchill, a quick bio. a British Army officer and commando whose exploits in World War II were straight out of a movie set, famous for charging into battle armed with a Scottish broadsword,
Wow.
a longbow,
Right.
and some bagpipes.
Okay.
Literally carried them all three into battle. He's credited as the
Cumbersome.
He's credited as he didn't keep them all on him the whole time.
Okay, I was going to say, where did he
He
leave
would
them?
he would approach battle with the pipes going,
Right.
getting his men, the
Right.
blood
Which,
stirring.
we're in World War II.
Yes, I'm come to the details,
Okay.
but then he would use his bow, then he would discard that and take to his claybeg,
Right.
his smaller broadsword,
Okay.
the basket-hilted version,
Right.
not the big
He had a
crucifix.
basket-hilted one.
A claybeg is a basket-hilted claymore. It's the original
No, 'cause
claymore.
claymores are enormous.
No, the original, the 15th to 17th century claymore is a large, two-handed,
Sword.
crucifix-hilted
Yeah.
broadsword.
Okay.
The 18th century, it became shorter and basket-hilted, but they called it a claybeg or a claymore too.
Basket-hilted.
Yeah, you know what that means.
Basket-hilted.
Anyway,
No, now we do.
Yes,
Gav.
we do.
I'm
I
so
did some
pleased.
research.
Oh, that's fantastic. So when it's one of those, like
Yes.
pirates have.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I suppose they're nice
Well,
because...
so except the pirates, they'd have the curved one. This is still a straight, double-edged broadsword.
No, but I mean the basket.
Yes, yes,
And I
yes.
guess it's so if a blade slides down, it doesn't hurt your hands.
Absolutely right. Yeah, and you can sort of use them to crack the other man's blade
Yes,
if you
you
get the
can.
right
Yeah, yeah,
leverage
yeah,
and all
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah.
Hey, is it a basket hilt with the crucifix?
I think so.
I love
yeah,
that.
I
That's a
think
great
so.
combo.
It's a great combo.
That's a great combo.
He is credited as the only soldier in World War II to having killed an enemy with a longbow.
Wow.
And that is
No,
amazing.
what a proper longbow.
An actual longbow, a 6-foot-long
An
longbow.
actual longbow.
A longbow, yes. Well,
Sorry,
he was,
I'm taking rather time to
no, well, he
process
was a
this.
competition archer, which
Oh,
is
was
very
he?
much part of the story.
I've used a longbow.
Was it like a £100 draw one?
No,
a
I've
proper
used
one?
a proper longbow at Warwick Castle.
Wow.
When I was filming a show.
Were
called-
you able to fully draw it to the
No,
cheekbone? Yeah.
no,
Because they
but-
go up to £120. The draw.
when they I was talking to, do you remember the actor Robert Hardy?
Yes, he was obsessed with it when the Mary Rose longbows were discovered.
Yes.
He curated it all. He was
curated
such an
them, right.
expert.
So I was interviewing
And
him.
he played Churchill in a movie, didn't
yes,
he?
so there's lots of connections.
Yes, he
But
did,
I
yeah.
interviewed him.
Yeah.
At Warwick Castle when I was doing Mudmen.
Yes.
Years ago, which you can get on DVD. You can enjoy that.
Mm.
And he had a go with a longbow that had been preserved, as you say, from the Mary Rose.
From the Mary Rose,
because the mud is what's called the mud that the Mary Rose went into is anamorphic. So all the things that were on it are perfectly preserved because it's airtight.
So it was like clay. It was like covering it in
It's
fat.
clay, right,
yeah.
right,
It's
right.
just
So
no
it comes
oxygen.
out brand new. Right.
Right. Wow.
So it can deteriorate pretty quickly though
Once you pull
it's
it out.
exposed to air.
Yeah.
Anyway, they used one of these longbows
Yeah.
and he fired it just in the air. Once they got it strung up, they
Yeah.
used this longbow. They prepared it.
Yeah.
And he said it's enormous. He didn't do it because he said he just wasn't strong enough. But
Yeah.
they had a guy who's like,
Yeah.
So this guy drew it back, fired the longbow.
Yeah.
It was so powerful that the arrow, when it landed, went 30 centimetres into icy ground.
No.
30 centimetres.
Icy ground.
Yes. They fired it at a bank that was iced
And
up.
it went
30
30
centimetres into an icy bank.
My God.
Yeah. Thunk.
Wow.
One word, Gav. Thunk.
Anyway, let's get into his birth. He was born.
Could you make your thunk noise? Thump. Thank you. It would have been something like that.
Anyway, he was born in Colombo, Sri Lanka,
Okay.
in 1906. Yeah.
Just for the record.
He was born John Malcolm Thorpe Fleming Churchill,
Okay.
nicknamed Jack. He grew up in the British
Sorry,
colonies.
because he's John.
Yes,
Okay.
he grew up between the British colonies before returning to the UK in 1917. So he's at the beginning of his whole life up to 14
Yes.
years old. He was out in the colonies.
Yes.
From here, he lived a normal life with a civil servant father.
A lot of heroes come from that.
They
don't
do, yeah.
It's crazy how many heroes from both wars were sort of colonial kids who are quite broke.
Yes.
And
had to join the army.
yes,
basically.
but I think because for them probably Britain really stood for something. Do you know what I mean? This sort of this
An ideal.
Yes,
Of some
this
kind,
almost
yeah.
Blakean Jerusalem.
Right, it
Gav.
is,
You know,
it is.
It's this idea
It is.
of
Right.
England and Britain.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that they've been told about in sort of
Right.
clubs of Kenya.
That's
and the
right,
Raj
yeah,
and all
all
these
the
places.
stories,
this
yeah.
sacred place that you go to.
Absolutely.
So they sort of thought that's what people were like there. You know.
Definitely. So he lived here in England with his dad. His dad was a civil servant, and he went on to be trained at Sandhurst and commissioned into the army in 1926. So he's in the army long before World War II. His first posting was in Burma with the
Rangoon.
with the Manchester Regiment, which make me think, can you imagine formation mank walking?
That's
Can you-
fantastic.
all
yeah.
in parkas,
Yeah.
but all walking like Liam Gallagher.
Yeah, yeah.
The Manchester
Regiment, right?
This was in the early 30s. This is where he developed his. These were his three passions in life, Johnny:
Yeah.
bagpipes, archery, and motorcycles.
Wow.
I mean, what else is there
What else
in
is-
those days?
Yeah, but also, Gav, what is it about Burma that really outranks everywhere when it comes to colonialism? Doesn't
Well,
it?
it's Burma and for me Cairo as well.
yeah, Cairo, yeah.
Cairo, it's very much spy and
Yeah,
diplomacy.
no, I think it's just the word Rangoon.
But Burma,
You know, but Rangoon, the
Rangoon.
Naga Hills. Yeah,
Burma, old boy.
Burma, old boy.
Whilst he's in Burma, he was sent 1,500 miles across the Indian subcontinent on a Zenith motorcycle.
Don't you love names of old British motorcycles?
Oh, what, the Brough Superior?
Like the Matchless.
Yes,
you know.
the Black Shadow, the Vincent Black Shadow.
The
yes.
Matchless Thunderer.
The Brough Superior is
The
the
Brough
best ever.
Superior. Well, that's what Lawrence of Arabia died on.
Yes.
Was the Brough Superior.
And wasn't it the fastest motorcycle on earth at
Yes,
the time?
I think
or
so,
something?
yeah.
yeah.
But who would think these days of starting a motorcycle company called Brough?
The Brough.
B-R-O-G-H.
The Brough
It's
Superior.
It's B-R-O-G.
How do we sell this to the guys?
Because it's a Brough Superior.
What is it? Brow?
Yeah, it's a Brough.
Brow.
I'll just go and bring the Brough round. AJS.
Have Hawkins bring the Brough Superior around to the front, will you? It's all gentlemen's motorcycles.
No, I think the Vincent Black Shadow and Black Widow, I think they were a bit later.
They were,
Because
weren't
I think they
Yeah,
could
yeah.
still accelerate faster than any bike now. You know, you sort of, even up to the sort of 80s, people were saying, you know, it can still out-accelerate a tornado.
That's right.
You know.
And they had no brakes.
No, you just use the clutch.
No, you just slow down a bit.
You just, yeah. It's all throttle.
No, you
It's all throttle.
All clutch and throttle
16
control.
cylinders.
Loads of levers to operate all the time.
Change gear.
And you
To
need-
change
you need
gear.
Both arms below the tank.
Yeah, to change gear, you pull the clutch there, and then you have to reach over to that side there, and then with that hand,
You're
you
filling
then
a form.
reach to the end, and then you what?
You fill in a form.
I wondered if you'd said then you fill in this
You fill in a form,
and you have to apply
and you're
then.
applying for a third
You
gear.
have to apply to the Ministry of Transport to change gear. When you get a reply back, you'll pick that up, and that'll be.
Well, you know, I was going to say it's a miracle more people didn't die, but actually, loads of people died on those motorcycles.
Yeah, they really
were
did, yeah.
so dangerous.
But if you see the engine, you just look at it and you just think, God, that's. I can't even recognise any bits on that.
I
as
know
being-
it makes no sense.
I mean, I can
Is that a
vaguely see.
carburettor?
Yeah, I can vaguely see the sort of the air. You know, I can vaguely see a crankshaft.
That's right.
that's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Wait a second. Can I just say, if you do know of any great English motorcycle brands or marques,
Yes,
please.
there are loads of them.
Please,
Yeah.
put them in the comments. If you can
Yes.
beat Brough Superior,
Yeah.
Vincent Black.
Black
the
Shadow,
Black Shadow,
yeah.
or simply, but sometimes it's like, is that an early condom or a motorcycle?
That's
the
right.
Vincent Black Shadow, you know, something for the weekend. So
We should
please.
start a new line of condoms called the Brough Superior.
the Brough Superior, right? But please, if you'd like to start a competitive strand in the comments,
Yes. Motorcycle.
or early condom,
That's
early
right, yeah.
prophylactic,
Gentlemen's
or English motorcycle
barber products,
and
yeah.
we shall play that on next week's. We shall play that on next week's podcast.
Absolutely.
Gav, sorry, carry on.
So he's had to cross bridges with open sleepers down to the ravine
Right.
below. He even had a bike crash with a water buffalo, which
Okay.
is very colonial, isn't
Yes,
it?
really colonial.
Back in England,
And also a great thing to claim when you get back to
Of
the
course
club.
it is,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
a water buffalo going at about 80.
that's why I can't walk with this leg, you see.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's back in England. He's been trained at. He goes back to England after that, and he gets incredibly bored with army life. And isn't that the way with army life?
Yeah.
You're either fighting for your life,
Yes.
or doing nothing,
Yes.
for weeks and
See,
months.
me, the boring bit, that'd be fine. You know these people.
Yeah, because we could fill the time easily.
I could fill
couldn't
the
we?
time easily,
And I'm sure they did.
But isn't that why we had such great bands?
Absolutely right. And clubs and drinks.
Just to
and
keep the
toasts.
killers occupied.
Right.
I don't know, teach them to play instruments. So that's why they can all play quite a mean sort of trumpet and
That's
trumpet.
right.
They all do that. Well, it's better than them killing each other. You know.
Well, you can imagine in those days as well, cavalry regiments, they just used to probably go riding, which
Yes.
they like doing anyway,
like doing
especially
anyway.
the tops.
Yeah, absolutely right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the officers. But
Yeah.
anyway, he gets bored very quickly, does Jack, with army life back in England, and he leaves in order to travel and build a career as an actor and entertainer. Because he did have a role, apparently, in the 1924 movie The Thief of Baghdad.
Did he?
In which he showed off his archery, because he was known as an archer. He was a
Okay.
competitor. He represented Great Britain in Norway at the World Archery Championships in 1939.
Was that a big deal?
Pretty much, yeah, because it's the World Championships.
But in
isn't it?
39, they knew what was coming.
They definitely knew
I mean,
what was coming.
39's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
big year to drop anyway. But
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
1939, you sort of think any championships of anything
Yes.
was just spies getting together.
Absolutely
to discuss
right.
sort of
Norway
swapping-
as well. What where they built that, where they
Yeah.
created the heavy water and the fish oil and all these
swapping
things they
swapping
needed.
dog-
The Nazis were definitely going to
Yes,
come and
just-
steal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely right. They could get sort of, yeah.
So World War II does break out in 1939, and now we are at Bloomin Legend moment number 1 for Mad Jack
Okay.
Churchill.
I'd say we've had a few already.
Oh, definitely.
The very
yeah, yeah.
fact that he's
The
been,
water buffalo is a pretty legendary
just
thing.
driving
Across the
a British
subcontinent
motorcycle
in the
around
Zenith.
Burma.
Yeah.
Driving a
Definitely.
Zenith around Burma. and
No,
hitting the
you're
wall.
right. That alone.
Ah, come on.
How did the bike survive?
I know,
Exactly.
Who knows?
Anyway, he turns up to the army again. He wants to rejoin because the war's kicked off. He turns up with not just a rifle, but a longbow, bagpipes, and a broadsword.
Yeah.
His claybag strapped to his waist.
If you were
no
the
less.
if you were the recruitment officer, would you have thought this is the sort of man we're looking for, or would you be thinking, no, we can't? This guy.
I think
I think you just think these days. You just imagine if you rolled up at a recruiting post now like that. You said, "I'd like to join the army, please," and you had a bagpipes, a claymore,
and
a bow and arrow.
across
No,
your
they
back.
just call the police.
Well, I don't know. In those days, I would imagine, because officers did wear a sword ceremonially still.
Yes.
I think they probably thought, he'll do for us.
Yeah. Back then,
definitely.
Now, though, you wouldn't get anywhere near it.
Definitely.
They just think this guy's just a.
Well, he had a motto. His motto was, any officer, this is a quote, any officer who goes into action without his sword is improperly dressed.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Bloomin' Legend.
Improperly
No,
dressed.
Bloomin' Legend.
Straight away.
Bloomin' Legend.
Bloomin' Legend. Absolutely.
Is that what he
right.
said?
Yes, he said it.
Oh, God.
Yes. Because-
Any officer who goes into battle without a sword
Yes.
is improperly
dressed. Because obviously they have to lead by example.
Yeah, but how do you think other officers felt about him?
I would imagine inadequate, John.
Okay.
Because especially he didn't just wear it, he used it.
So he's rejoined the Manchester.
He's back with the Manchester Regiment. They're about to mank walk their way into World War
Can you
II.
imagine how pissed off you'd be if you're one of the men?
Yeah.
You think, well, we're not all like you, are we? We're not all like you. We don't all want to just give our fucking lives for Britain with fucking swords.
What's wrong with a ukulele?
Yeah, but also, no, we don't just want to,
Yeah.
this guy, you're sort of thinking, oh, Christ.
He's going to lead us into
He's
some
going to
horrendous...
volunteer. We'll do it. Oh, no. But it's suicide. Oh, fucking hell. He's volunteered. No, he's not.
That's so
You
funny.
spend your whole time...
I'm sure you're right, but I don't know. I don't know.
You
if-
spend your whole time not giving him messages.
Oh,
Tell him.
don't tell Churchill.
No, they're looking for people.
He'll
for a
go mad.
mission. No, don't.
He'll
tell him.
go
Yeah,
mad.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Anyway, 1940, a year later, Dunkirk, and the only longbow kill of World War II, when his company is trapped after the Battle of Lepinette. This is near Bethune. Churchill kills the first approaching Nazi soldier with his longbow, and then he mans a pair of machine guns to hold them off until he runs out of ammunition. Okay, I'm sorry, we've got to pause, shed a tear, and salute. That's Bloomin' Legend number 2 straight away. He manages.
Wait a second. Just go through that again.
I'm going to.
No, but Gav,
I'm going to.
Our font for Bloomin' Legends,
Yes.
this font thing, is based on what we used to call when I was a kid trash mags.
Yes.
Which are the battle.
World War.
Commando war stories for
Yes,
boys, or
yes.
battle picture library.
Absolutely. Well, he became a commando.
Which incidentally, a friend of mine who was in the army used to refer to as, he saw me reading one morning and he said, a training manual. But I saw you reading some training manuals earlier, which is what they call them, butt gaff.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's out of but
Ridiculous.
sorry, he called them training manuals. More commonly, they were known as trash mags.
Yeah.
And you got the trash mags.
They were war comics.
They were war comics, but trash mags. You used to call them trash mags.
Yeah.
They're generally called trash mags.
Yeah.
But that is beyond even a trash mag. A guy with a longbow
Takes a Nazi out with a...
Yeah.
Can you imagine how surprised that Nazi was
No,
as
but
well?
also-
Was ist das?
No, but take that, Fritz. Yeah. Eat lead.
And then a pair of machine
Eat lead,
guns.
squarehead.
Until
do you remember?
until he's out of ammo as well, which is really classic.
Yeah, eat lead, Fritz.
And he gets the remainder of his company to safety by leading them through enemy lines at night, despite being shot in the shoulder.
Wow.
Right, so we're getting into Charles Upham territory here.
No,
with some flair and style.
We're almost beyond Bloomin Legend count.
It's crazy.
Well, he's just shot a Nazi with a bow and arrow, and then he just
not just a machine gun, a pair of machine guns. That is better than any Rambo movie.
But that's just like the cover of a trash mag.
It really is. You can see him, but with the bow across his back.
Right, yeah.
That's so funny. So that's Bloomin Legend number 2.
Bloomin Legend number 2.
We're now coming into, that is now Bloomin Legend number 3, because as I say, he then leads them at night to safety, having taken a round in the shoulder. Of
course.
That's another proper Bloomin Legend moment.
Doing anything, leading anyone with a bullet in use, legendary.
It really is. And of course, that'll motivate your men. They'll be like, he'll do for us.
Yeah.
But
can I just say...
Wait, I haven't finished.
Before you start speaking for the men, you can be too keen.
No, I get it.
Do you see what I mean?
I get it, absolutely. But do you know what he used to do after every battle?
What?
He would play the men his bagpipes.
Oh, Christ. No. You see, for me, I can't stand them, don't you?
I know. But that's the only context bagpipes really belong. In battle.
In battle,
Because it does stir the blood. It strengthens the resolve.
Yeah, but not as a lullaby.
No, not as a calming piece of music.
No, not as a, Gav,
but
not
it's
as
not
a lullaby.
music, is it? It's not music.
The reason bagpipes were deployed so successfully in World War One was because, well, for me, you want to get as far from them as possible.
Well, the enemy does,
me. So if
it pushes you into the battle.
I would rather face
machine gun
Spandau, machine gun chatter.
Well, apparently he would play the bagpipes even while the camp was still under fire.
Right.
So it was a way of saying, hold steady, I guess, as well. It's still, we're still here, isn't it? Anyway, now we get...
The Queen used to wake up with them every morning.
I know she did. That was her alarm clock.
Well, just to stir the blood.
That was her alarm clock.
It was her alarm. But that must have... So every day, that's how the Queen...
Well, that's how she stirred her blood away.
Yeah, every single morning, she had a piper.
Absolutely.
As an alarm clock.
Absolutely.
Well, like that on his head.
Yeah.
If she wanted to go back to sleep again for 8 minutes.
And it just stopped. And then it kicked off again.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, now we get to his commando phase.
Yeah.
So this is him in a normal regiment. He's now getting involved with commando raids.
Sorry, I'm now just visualising a piper literally just lying there on the bed beside her, just waiting. On the floor, and then just pop his head up like that.
Reaches across and
just
goes
jinx, so he just goes down.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1941, we get to the famous Norway raid. There's a movie tone pathe like cinema newsreel about this raid.
Yeah.
And this is in 1941. So Churchill is a natural for the commandos. He gets recruited. If anyone doesn't know, commandos, small groups doing raids behind enemy lines. In 1941, he was second in command of the unit that raided the Nazi garrisons, stores, and fish oil factories at a fjord called Vagsø in Norway.
Okay.
Once again, he encourages his nervous troops by playing the bagpipes. Accounts recall him playing "March of the Cameron Men."
Right, okay.
Which laying down his bagpipes and then throwing the first grenade.
Okay, wow.
So he's getting them ready with the pipes, and then he lays them down, launches a grenade, and leads them into the raid. He ran off the landing craft to start the raid with his sword. He throws a grenade, but with his sword in the other hand.
No, there must come a time. Can I just say, there comes a time when you're thinking,
is this guy a psychopath?
This guy's just a fucking lunatic. Just thinking this guy.
But the thing is you need an element of
No,
lunatic.
you say that, Gav.
Yeah.
But not if you value your life. You look inside, he's just there with his bagpipes and his sword. You're just thinking, we're being led by a
Well, imagine what
He's just a fucking
the
madman.
Nazi soldiers
He's a
thought.
madman. Yeah, right. Imagine what the Nazis thought. They just looking and thinking.
Was ist das Music?
Yeah.
Is this a grenade and Zweihander
Imagine
sword?
that if that was your first encounter with a British officer.
Right.
You're thinking, oh, well, we're not going to win this.
We're
fight.
not winning
We're
this
not
war.
winning this.
No, they don't even
We're-
want guns.
We're fanatics.
They don't even use guns.
Yeah, I'm a fanatical Nazi, but this guy, yeah.
There is actually footage of Jack in this raid, even clips of him playing his bagpipes.
Is there?
On the boat over to Norway, including a Highland jig from his fellow soldiers.
For your viewing pleasure, here is that very video that Gavin has just laid out for you. Here we
And
go.
the voiceover in some of it say that the men are very confident.
Three activities being undertaken by commandos. One outstanding figure is Major Churchill, the Mad Major they call him, who piped the men over and again played his pipes in the heat of battle.
Look at that.
Look at that.
There's only about 30 of them. They're about to take on a load of Nazis.
Yes, it's suicide. Remember, they've been told before they got on that boat.
None of you will be coming back.
None of you will be coming back. But it's suicide. Look at them.
Sign me up, sir.
Sign me up, sir. Well, I'll have a bit of that.
I'll be first in line. Wow. Absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
So that's the Norway raid. That's another Bloomin' Legend moment.
No, that-
obviously.
Gav, there hasn't been a break in them.
There hasn't. Well, let's go to Sicily, John.
Okay.
1943.
So he survives that raid.
Yeah, he
It's a
does.
success.
He does.
Okay.
And he's obviously now a commando for the rest of the war.
Okay.
He's not in a main regiment. 1943, he's part of a raid. He leads his commandos ashore at Salerno in Sicily, playing the bagpipes again with his sword in hand.
That's just so weird.
It's
isn't
so weird because
I get it. No,
some of
Norway-
these commando raids, you're supposed to do it quietly,
Yeah.
aren't you? He doesn't bother.
Not Jack Churchill. Not Churchill. No way.
We'll go in at night, but I'll play my. I'll play my
Shh, everyone going like that. Shh.
Don't wake the Jennies.
Shh. And suddenly.
Because you've got to kick them off.
There's
haven't you?
that huge gathering
when
note,
you
isn't
start,
it?
you just got to load the bag up,
Yeah.
haven't you?
So they're going there all through the quiet, Gav.
Yes. Shh, don't wake Jenny up.
Shh, don't wake Jerry. Yeah, sorry. I didn't know you were getting into character.
Yeah.
Don't wake Jerry up.
Careful.
Careful,
Don't wake
lads.
Jenny up. We'll
Easy,
hope
Swifty.
we hope they'll all
Here,
had a drink.
keep it quiet there, Yorkie. We've got to muffle them oars.
Oi, Spider.
Oi,
Tell Corky.
tell Cockney to keep it down. And Taff. And Jock.
And Jock and Welshie.
Yeah, that's Taff.
Taff, sorry, yeah, Taff.
Well, Geordie, cut it out. Cut it out. They can even hear you stir a mug of tea here. And then suddenly... Oh, Jack! Right.
What are you doing, Captain?
What are you... Right, go on.
So do you know what he does? The mission is to ambush the German positions in Sicily.
Yeah, where's Churchill?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
But you know what he does? He captures an entire mortar team, German mortar team,
Yeah.
and 42 German soldiers with his sword.
No.
He doesn't fire a round. This is ridiculous.
No, they want to give up.
They've got
They
to be
want to
mind
give
you,
up.
mind
They're
you.
Italian.
He's got the bagpipes and a sword. No, these are German soldiers in Sicily.
Yeah.
They're on a defensive position in Salerno.
Yeah. No,
So
they're just thinking, sod this. For
they're thinking,
literally,
who is this
sod
psychopath?
this for a game of soldiers.
Yeah, that's literally what they're
They're
thinking.
literally what they're
They may
thinking.
well have been the very first perfect
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
There's probably a really long German word that is soddens this fuck game of soldiers.
Yeah, hence the phrase,
Yeah,
sod this for a game of soldiers. Yeah,
soldiers.
right. They're the first people to use it.
There's another Bloomin' Legend moment. 42 POWs
Yes.
with a
Yeah,
sword.
but how did he take them with a sword?
Sheer
Fanaticism.
intimidation,
'Cause they saw it
John.
in his eyes.
I mean, it was obviously a load of men with guns as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway, that's definitely another Bloomin' Legend. As you say, John, there's been no breaks.
Yeah, it's relentless, Cap.
But John, let's go to Yugoslavia in
Yeah.
1944. In 44, this is his final campaign.
Yeah.
He's the leader of a commando partisan group in Yugoslavia, using local partisan forces. When a mortar shell kills almost everyone around him in an encounter, he keeps playing "Will You No Come Back"
On the fight.
on the pipe.
Will you no come
will,
back?
will you no come back?
I don't know. Here's a burst of Will You No Come Back. Just to give you an idea of the atmosphere of that.
Sure.
This is Will You No Come Back on the pipe. There we go.
So while he's playing this, he gets knocked out unconscious by another grenade thrown at him and captured.
Oh, dear.
He's sent to Sachsenhausen
Yeah.
concentration
No, that
camp.
was a shocker. Sachsenhausen
It
that was a proper death camp.
concentration camp where the guards believed he was related to Winston Churchill.
Okay.
So they flew him to Berlin for enhanced interrogation.
Oh, right.
That'll be proper SS, that will be.
No, but Gestapo.
Yeah.
But even that phrase, enhanced
Oh,
interrogation.
absolutely, yeah.
You know, that's
Torture,
the sort
yeah,
of crap they come out with now.
I know, it's
for
so
torture,
polite.
for like
yeah,
redaction,
I
for
know,
over those flights. So, yeah.
Exactly right. So he's in, and taking him to Berlin as well.
Enhanced interrogation techniques. You mean torture?
He then gets transferred to another camp in
He
Austria.
strikes me as the sort of guy who'd like torture.
Oh, I'm so try it.
Who'd like to taunt them.
Torture? I'll show you torture.
Yeah.
Pass me those bagpipes.
Give me another refreshing round of waterboarding. Good, I needed a drink.
Take another tooth. Why don't you?
Yeah, right.
Call that a battery?
Yeah.
Use a truck battery, you weaklings.
Why don't you connect me up to the mains and have done with it? Oh, no, I feel energised.
That's given me quite a burst.
That's quicker, me lad. That's better than a cup of coffee.
Could I have a glass of wine with that?
Yeah, right.
Definitely one of these characters,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, no, he'd have liked it.
He would have.
He'd have thrived on
It would have
torture.
been like a game of cricket for him. It would have been. Do you know what it would have been like? It would have been like a stalwart batsman taking a few on the chest from a pace bowler,
absolutely
and not letting him see any weakness.
No, bloody good. Character building.
Let's have another.
Let's have another.
Well, we have these for lunch.
No, I'm interested to see how far you guys can take it. I know I can.
You imagine the conversations from the Gestapo in the background.
Yeah, right.
He likes it. We don't know why.
Yeah. You can see him leaning out of his cell and going, "Guards!
I need more guards. These are tired."
Call that torture."
Anyway, whatever way it ended, he gets transferred to another camp. They've kept him fairly close because they keep him in Austria, where they chain him up.
Home of the game.
Yeah, they chain him up.
When you say Austria, remember, in terms of Nazis, that's the home of the game.
Yeah, it's like Uber Nazis.
It's the home of the game.
It really is. He's chained up in this prison in Austria, but he escapes because he digs he digs a tunnel
with his
teeth with some other Austrian soldier prisoners. So I guess they hadn't gone along with it. And they
probably like Colonel von Trapp.
Yeah, right.
Who curiously was in the Austrian Navy.
And
when the country's notoriously landlocked.
Do you know what he used to dig the tunnel?
What?
Sheer poshness.
No.
They don't say.
No, what do you use? His
mouth.
mouth.
They don't say.
He dug it with his teeth.
Yeah, with his hand.
He pulled his teeth out.
Yeah.
And made a sort of like a scraper. He fashioned a scraper using that, and his foot.
No, but you know what he does after he escapes?
What?
He walks 150 miles.
Right.
All the way to Italy. To rejoin the Allied forces, who were obviously by now, this is 44,
right.
They're halfway up Italy.
But how did he know that?
Well, because he's bloody determined.
No, but presumably he doesn't speak any languages other than English.
No, he just speak loudly. Which way to Italy?
No. How did he make it there? Oh, I tell you what, because...
Partisan forces.
No, wait a second.
No, it's the Yugoslav. It's not far from Italy, Austria.
No,
I mean, it's 150 miles, but he would have been passed through the spy network.
No, he's just going over the Alps.
He is,
He's
but
going
with
for,
partisan help. He would have had Yugoslavs handing him to Italian partisans.
There wouldn't be any Yugoslavs there, mate.
Well, no, before
that's going Austria to there. You go straight over the Innsbruck Pass.
Right. So the Italian partisans are helping.
Yes,
the same ones who killed Mussolini.
Maybe I don't
with
think
the leather tabards.
I just don't think he's encountering anyone.
He's just determined.
He's just on his own over the Alps.
Yeah, I mean, he's been across the end of the subcontinent,
that's it.
and he's had a crash with a water
buffalo. He just did it
buffalo.
with no help.
Yeah, a bloody good walk. Do you know what it was? It was a bloody good walk.
He just set out each day and just had a bloody good walk. Yeah.
And he probably shot a couple of pheasants for lunch.
No, he probably catch with his bare hands, Gav. There's no guns involved. He didn't shoot anything.
That, Johnny, is the next Bloomin Legend moment.
Okay.
He escapes an Austrian prison after being tortured in Berlin.
Wait.
Yes.
I'm a little bit sensitive. Enhanced interrogation.
Of course, yes.
That's not. We don't know that's
no,
torture.
we don't know. And they thought he was related to Churchill.
Yeah.
Actually, that might have protected him a bit, because the Germans did respect the kind of officer class a bit, didn't they? I wonder.
No.
Didn't they?
No, the Gestapo respected no one.
Didn't
if
they?
If they'd actually thought he was a Churchill,
would they have enjoyed killing him? Or
I don't know. I
wonder. Anyway.
But remember, there were still a few Hitlers in Liverpool, weren't there?
Yeah, there were.
Where his father was. No, his uncle Alwa was.
Billy Hitler, wasn't it?
William Patrick Hitler.
Yes, that's right.
Who was Hitler's cousin.
Right.
Had been in Liverpool.
Yes. His dad's brother's son or something.
Yeah, it's so wrong that, isn't it? That it's William Paddy Hitler.
Crazy name.
Because in Ireland you'd never get that. You'd never get a William and a Patrick.
No,
never,
that's true.
no,
Yeah,
just
no, those
woo,
names
woo,
wouldn't
woo.
combine.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah. He finishes the war after having rejoined the Allied forces in Italy.
Okay.
This is already near the end of the war by the time he's escaped.
So he doesn't get any joy with D-Day.
No, he doesn't get involved. He can't carry his bow one more time because he would have used that longbow.
No,
he'd have been using it from the landing
straight
craft.
through the slit of one of those.
Yeah,
things.
one of those machine guns.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They would not hit him, Gav.
He's obviously a really good shot with it as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, after the war, he serves in what was then British Palestine. He helps save 500 people from a hospital in Jerusalem. Then he returns to the UK and he works with army apprenticeships repairing steamboats and motorcycles.
Wow.
So when he's, I think this is a legend moment as well.
Okay.
On his way home on the train from one of his jobs, he used to take passengers by surprise. Do you know what he did?
What?
He used to suddenly fling his briefcase out of the train window. And people go, what the hell's he doing?
Yeah, right.
Do you know what he was doing?
What?
He was throwing it into his own back garden.
Oh,
so that he didn't have to carry the briefcase from the station.
Bloomin' Legends!
That is just so funny.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
That's fantastic.
Do you know what he did? In his 50s, took up surfing.
Right.
He was the first person, allegedly, to surf the Severn Bore.
Oh, right.
You know how people surf?
Yeah.
The tidal
longest wave on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
He retired in 1959 and spent his days sailing and making bagpipe music.
Fantastic.
Absolutely amazing. Do you know he lived to 1996? He lived to the age of 89. He died in Surrey, where he passed away.
1996.
He had received, during the war, the DSO, the Distinguished Service Order,
Yeah.
and a bar to the DSO.
Yeah.
And for his actions in Second World War, and the Military Cross and a bar for his Military Cross in both wars, for his service in both wars. He was nominated for the VC, but never received
Presumably, because there was not an officer to.
Yeah, an officer has to observe you doing it.
I think so.
And if you're a commando...
But also, Gav, let's face it, he was called Churchill, which might have stood in the way a bit there.
I think you're right,
And also because, he had a bow and arrow and two machines. He just looked like a maniac. No, they probably didn't want to bring to light
propaganda, though.
No, I'm not sure it is. I think you want people to be within the realms of possibility.
I think it's almost too good. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Captain America, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Captain England. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Mad Jack Churchill, Bloomin' Legend.
Mad Jack Churchill, Bloomin' Legend. So on our YouTube channel, you can see the Bloomin' Legendary leaderboard, where we've established 10 names that we blind ranked. So some of those included, which perhaps don't deserve a place on the top 10. So let's look at that. We go Steve Irwin, Hugh Glass, Hedy Lamarr, Reg Spears, Josephine Baker, Sir Christopher Lee, Ivan the Terrible, Ivan the Terrible, Budic, Rasputin, and Charles Upham, who of course is a military chap to sort of rival today's hero.
Very similar,
Mad Jack Churchill. Gav, I've got no hesitation in taking off Steve Irwin.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Steve.
Right. Yeah. This board, by the way, is going to evolve. We blind judged the first 10, but from now forwards, it's going to evolve with each hero.
But can I just say, what I do here?
Yes.
Is I wouldn't. Steve Irwin goes off.
Yes.
Defo.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'd almost put him above.
I think so.
Reg Spears.
Yes, he deserves to be at least near the middle.
So I'm moving Hugh Glass, Hedy Lamarr, and Reg Spears down. And he's going in.
And he may well go further up at some point. We don't know yet.
We just don't know. But he's going in. Jack Churchill's going right in there.
Yes.
On the expensively produced. So he's sitting there at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's at number 7. That's it. Mad Jack Churchill. And I might even consider him and move him up.
I think so.
Now we're not playing the blind ranking game, which actually snookered us a little bit.
It did a bit.
Apologies, Steve, who's the only person on this leaderboard I actually met in real life.
Yes.
But that's just the way it is, Steve. Sorry.
It just is.
Sorry, you can't.
Sorry, mate.
You were remarkable. You had a snake in a cooler box on a bus.
He would have understood, I'm sure.
But he would have understood that does not compete with the guy who went into battle with a longbow and
a broadsword,
a
claymore,
a claymore with a basket grip,
yeah.
and some bagpipes. I'm sorry, Steve, it just doesn't.
It's a different.
If you agree, or you've got any other nominations, or you want to tell us your own Bloomin' legendary stories, but particularly here, if you want to comment on anything in the rankings,
how would you change the rankings?
or anyone you think from the past 30 podcasts who should be included, and it isn't on there, please, once again, comment below right here on our YouTube channel. Thanks.